Hello everyone, this is GamerNinjaX here, and I just got something new, and you all know what this is since, it's blatantly obvious. It's a Nintendo Gamecube. Yep, I just got it today. It's not brand new, it's used, and, so yeah, I tried it out, and it works really well. Um, so I just want to give my first impressions. Um, I got the GameCube because I would usually have to play this game, my favorite game ever, Metroid Prime, on the Wii, and sometimes my brother would want the Wii to play something like GoldenEye or something. So I decided to buy a GameCube since it was cheap, and yeah. The first thing I want to talk about with the GameCube is its design. This is probably the most interesting design out of any of the consoles of that generation, which include the PS2 and Xbox. Um, this is probably the most portable home video game console ever. It has a handle built in. That is weird, but I like that. Also, I heard you can get an LCD screen for this, which is very nice. Um, yeah, this is sort of my first time really just talking on a camera, so don't mind my slow pace. Um, yes, the GameCube works very well, and it's very accessible with a little console I'd like to call the Game Boy Advance. I've had this thing for 8 years. It's my first Nintendo console. So yeah, it's sort of, how should I say it, like, very important to me. I haven't got it yet, but you can connect something called a Game Boy player on the bottom here. You have to open this up and see the cord, no, the plug. You can plug in the thing on the bottom. That's definitely my next buy. Can't wait to play games like Pokemon on the TV. Now on to the actual console. Hang on. The console works really well. You'd think that such a small console would not have as much power as it does, but really, it's amazing. It's one of my favorite consoles ever. I mean, it can play games like Metroid Prime, and Metroid Prime is one of the best looking games ever, and of course it's my favorite game of all time. And it's basically it was basically the best looking console at the time, in my opinion. It was first console to run at 480p and stuff. Now, well, before I say anything, the console works great. I really suggest it. It's only like $30. It's very easy to find. Another thing I want to show you. Hang on. Sorry about this. It's the GameCube controller. The GameCube controller has to be my favorite video game controller of all time. I mean, it just fits perfectly in your hand, if I can show this. Fits perfectly in your hand. It has a whole bunch of buttons, but it somehow just works really well. My only problem with it is the D-pad, which is a little weird, especially when playing something like Metroid Prime and then you're trying to scan something but you accidentally hit down for the thermal visor. Yeah, it can be a little troublesome sometimes. So yeah, I might show you guys something else. Hang on. Yeah, I know. Sorry about that. I'm not really good with recording. I don't really know how to cut stuff, embarrassing enough. Alright, this is a Game Boy GameCube link cable. What you do with this, yeah, I'm sort of randomly talking. This is sort of a first thoughts. This is not really cohesive. Easy way to show this. You plug this in on the Game Boy. See? And then you plug it into the second controller port. And then you can basically do things with Game Boy games and put them onto other games. For example, Metroid Fusion, you can connect with Metroid Prime to get the original Metroid for the Nintendo and also get the Fusion suit when you beat Metroid Prime, which I've done. And cool stuff with Pokemon and Pokemon Coliseum. So yeah, this thing is really accessible with the Nintendo Game Boy, the Nintendo Game Boy Advance, which is basically my favorite handheld video game console ever made. So yeah, I really like this thing. I just suggest anyone to buy it. I mean, it's a really good console, and it works well. It's portable even. You can take it anywhere you want. It can play games like Metroid Prime with the small discs. Yeah, that's sort of the GameCube's thing. It has small discs. They're not normal compact discs. They're basically like small little discs. And then, of course, you close it and then hit the power button right here. And yeah, so those are my first thoughts. Thank you guys for bearing through this, and I hope